Hey guys, it's Bonnie. Today I am here to do the book Flashbacks tag. I believe that's what it's called, and I should turn off that TV. Anyway, as I was saying, I am here today to do the book Flashbacks tag. I watched Faulty Devices, I believe it is, do this, and it looked like fun, so I will leave her video as well as the original video down below, so you can check those out if you want. But yeah, basically, I just have 5 books here, and I'm going to tell you specific memories that I have when I was reading them. So I choose books like that were obviously a bit in the past, at least a little, and that I have like specific memories with, like vivid memories. So let's get started. First book I have, none of you have probably ever heard of it, but it's called Belle Teal. And I think this is an advanced reader's copy too. Yeah, uncorrected proof, not for sale. So I was pretty cool back in 6th grade, 7th grade, I don't know. I feel like I could easily read this in 7th grade, but let me tell you the story behind this book. So basically, it was the first day of school in 7th grade, and they had gotten a new dress code, right? And one of the rules was like you couldn't wear gym shorts for whatever reason. I thought like it meant like, you know, like the basketball shorts that are like see-through and stuff. So I had on like, I don't know, like, I guess athletic shorts or something, and they're like, that's unacceptable, even though it was literally, like, Alright. Anyway, as I was saying, I had on these shorts, and they're like, no, you can't wear those, because, like, I don't know why. I don't know what was wrong with them. They weren't hurting anyone. It was basically, like, if I had worn, like, sweatpants or something and, like, cut the sweatpants into shorts would basically be that, but they weren't allowed for whatever frickin' reason. So, anyway, that first day, you know, English was my first class, and my teacher was like, sorry, you have to go down, and I was like really upset because I never got in trouble in school, but you know what, we're gonna look past that day, except for this video. Anyway, so that day the whole class got to go to the library, and I obviously did not get to go because I was down in the dean's office because of my athletic shorts that were apparently hurting everyone in the frickin' school. So the teacher was like, just pick one of my books from my library. So I picked this book, this Belle Teal book. And yeah, apparently my teacher had an uncorrected proof, so cool. I honestly don't think I even finished this book. I remember kind of liking it, but it's definitely very, very middle grade. The font is very big, and I don't even remember what it is about. But it's by Anne M. Martin, if you want to check it out. So yeah, basically, my teacher told me to just pick a book and read it, and I guess I never gave it back because I still have it. I think I was going to, but I'm like, I don't want her to see me putting it back so late, so I'll just hold on for it a little longer, and then I never gave it back. So, if that teacher's watching this, sorry, I still have your book. Do you want it back? The next book I have to talk about is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Now, just a quick warning, there's going to be some spoilers right now, so when I'm holding this book up, you can mute it if you're one of the few people who have not read Harry Potter yet and you don't want to be spoiled, but yeah. And when I put it back down, then you can unmute it, so, yeah. But anyway, I was sitting there reading, you know, this book. I was getting to the end, and you know in the end where it's like Harry like died and like, but you know he didn't really die, but he just was like dead for a minute or something, I guess, or I don't know, whatever, you know, when you think he's dead and he's talking to Dumbledore. Anyway, I was sitting there reading. I've already been emotionally destroyed by the book, so I was not good already, and like in my head I knew that Harry wasn't going to actually die, because like, no, that wouldn't happen. But you know, I think all of us had that little panic, just like, what if? And like, as I was reading it, I forgot who it was, but it was someone in my household at the time. They had not read Harry Potter. They had no idea. But they had come by and jokingly said, he dies in the end. And I was really emotional right then. I just started crying, even though I knew that they didn't know and that it wasn't true. But I was just like, just leave me alone. And it was a really emotional time. And yeah, like I'm even tearing up right now just remembering it. It was like, it was an emotional day reading this book. But yeah, the next book I have very vivid memories of is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I read this before Twilight was like super big. I read it when it was getting big. The movie didn't come out yet. And at that point, everybody still liked it. No one was really mocking Twilight. No one was like, Twilight is so dumb. Oh, everyone was like, Twilight is the cool thing to read. Everyone was doing it. However, I only read Twilight because my friend basically forced me. She's like, oh, Edward Cullen, he's so great. You must read it. And I was just like, vampires. Ugh, doesn't sound very good. Ugh. So I would have avoided the Twilight phase if it wasn't for my friend. But I didn't because she made me read it. And this wasn't the copy. Ew. This wasn't the copy that I read. I read her copy because I borrowed it from her. But I remember reading it on the bus ride home. Like, I read that in public in front of everyone. And, like, I ignored everyone on the bus that day. I was just like, Twilight. And then I came home and I read the whole thing. And then I was like, Mom, I need the next one. Because, no. I borrowed the next one from my friend, and then my friend was still reading Eclipse. Like, I don't think she ever finished it even. But I was like, oh my god, Mom, I need to buy Eclipse. Oh my god, Mom, I need Breaking Dawn. And I read them all in, like, days. And they're huge books. And I was, like, in 8th grade, so that was pretty impressive. Let's be real. That's the best thing about Twilight. We all read so much in, like, so little time. But, yeah. That is the memory I have with Twilight. Reading on the bus, reading it really fast, not wanting to read it, then reading it, and now it's just Twilight. It's just a memory. The next book I have memory, like, very good memories of reading is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Now, I heard so much. I read this before the movie came out, but not, like, super far. I probably read it in September, so, like, September 2011. So I was a little late on this train, but it's become one of my favorite series, so don't really care if I was late or not. But I remember hearing so much about this, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it, I guess. And I remember the first day of school, my English teacher, this English teacher I really liked, she had us write down, like, what book we were most wanting to read next, and I had written down The Hunger Games. And I remember, like, going to Walmart. I have, like, quite a few memories of this book, actually. The first one is going to Walmart and buying it, and then when I came home, I read the back of the summary to my mom, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this book. Like, it doesn't really sound like my kind of genre, and now dystopian is my favorite genre. So I guess I was wrong. And once I read The Hunger Games, because in my 11th grade English class, that's when I read it, we had silent reading every day, and so we had to read a book, and so I was reading this, and then, like, my friend needed a book to read, so I was like, read this, it's so good, and now he's super obsessed with it. My other friend read it, we're all obsessed with it, and yeah, we went to there was this, like, book thing at my school that year or something, like, I don't know, we came and, like, discussed it, and we got extra credit for going, and it was just a good year to read this book. And I swear to God, I feel like I started a trend with this book, because, like, once I read it and made my friend read it, like, everybody else in my school started reading it. So, I mean, not saying I'm a trendsetter, but the last book I have to talk about is Insurgent by Veronica Roth. This one I have just one singular memory with, that is very vivid. I remember this book came out, I don't know, I pre-ordered this, so, like, it came to my house, I'm pretty sure, like, near to the day that it came out. But I remember it was a Friday, and I had come home after school, like, at school, I told, my friends were like, hey, you should come to the football game tonight, it'll be super fun, we can all go. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe, you know, I'll think about it. Wasn't really, you know, sure. I was actually considering going, but then I came home, and Insurgent was waiting for me at home, and I sat down and read it for the rest of the night. Like, I finished it. I stayed up until I finished it. And I completely forgot about my friends, and I didn't say, like, no, I'm not going to the football game. I just didn't go. And I didn't tell anybody. I just sat down and read Insurgent. Okay, guys, that was the book Flashbacks tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye. Hey, I am too tall. Okay, this is the best of us, am I right? I'm right.